Hello. Good to see you.
Alright there, Revenants, welcome back to Code Vein and the Road to 100. And we've started over, and so now we are going to be running hopefully a solo run this time, just to kind of see what kind of builds and things you can kind of go for to play a solo go. And we'll be visiting a lot of hammers through here, and we picked up the GXM variant, or Exceed, or whatever uh, GXM prefix you prefer. Now you can also go for the Twilight Claw, which is a great alternative, because you see down, it's actually the better alternative, because you see down here that you get normal mobility on both of these weapons, whereas here with the GXM you get slow on the Impulse Anchor, and you get normal on the Tyrant's Labrys. So we'll kind of go over some of that, but I would like to use the Dawn Claw, or the Twilight Claw. You can also use the Dawn Claw, as that will be kind of equivalent as well, and it does have a higher backstab value here, which is nice, and it gets you in the realm of the normal mobilities, but it has a much less defenses all around, and we'll just go for the defenses here, and we'll mainly be running the Tyrant's Labrys here in this area, since everybody through here is weak to slash. They're weak to pierce too as well, but it's fun to go for slash, and we can go ahead and call in a friend and see how we do with friends. And we'll be running Hades here, and we'll be going for charge attacks and charge drains when possible, and we'll see just how we do. Okay, and we'll be going for a lot of hopefully good attacks to make sure that we get our I-Core back, and we are able to kill these guys quickly and easily. And if you do this overhead attack, you have a 35% increase in damage. Hey, somebody joined. And you also have a knockdown potential. So it's a great attack for these kinds of folks, because you can simply just knock them down all the time. And we can go for a charge drain here. Oops. Okay. And let's go for a knockdown here. And as you see there, it has a little bit of AoE built into it when it goes to slam these folks. So let's give them a... they didn't want to play the first level of the game here. Okay, that's not a problem. So let's go for charge drain, and we can charge this guy. And that gets us a little bit of excitement there to kill these guys. Now, if you go for blood, most of these guys through here are mainly weak to blood, and it's the best damage modifier to kind of go through here, if you can. Now, if you stack up blood and lightning, you get into the realm of being able to do massive amounts of damage to these folks, simply because of the fact that you're going to you're always going to be stacking up huge damage multipliers. Shadow Hashira, hello. Now, we didn't kill this guy, but that's okay. And nobody wants to play the first area here, which is fine. And we'll see how we get through here. But when you play solo, you kind of have a very different setup and everything that you're going for, and you play a lot more careful. Now, Swallow Cutter has a 2.5 times multiplier on it, and so you're able to get the same damage level as the charge attack, but it comes out much quicker. And if you're pressed for time, then Swallow Cutter is a good panic button, as long as you have the 5 I-Core to go for it. So it looks like there's a lot of people on and a lot of people trying to join and so on and so forth, but nobody who wants to play the first level here. Anonymous, hello. Can I please open the door? Looks like a slender lady. Let's give them a hello.
So happy.
And
Ooh,
we can.
not bad.
Okay. So the reason, oh boy, they're gonna be zooming through here. Okay, this will be interesting. And typically, oh, there's a thing here. Now, typically when you go for solo play, like I said, you do play very different. But at the same time, when you have partners in here, it's also different because of how they may or may not be built for co-oping. And as you see from our setup here, we are not meant for co-oping. So everyone will probably get mad and whatever, but that's okay. We'll just run it how it is. I don't need the Queenslayer Greatsword, thank you. And we'll just go for this fella here. And we'll go for a charge. And they took my charge. And they can't even backstab kill one guy, so they must be running, oh yeah, the Libertador, so it's basically a shot build, and they're going to be shooting everything. So we probably won't be able to do anything versus Oliver, because he'll probably be dead before he even transitions, I would imagine. But we'll see here. And going for all kinds of buffs there. Supernatural blood, so they're running Harmonia. Okay. Don't know why you would need, 100,000 damage on that fella. And let's see if we can get a knockdown. Yeah, and then we can go for a charge. Oh, no charge. So we'll go for a charge booster and a charge accelerator and a mobility enhancer. Why you need 43,000 damage on that guy? But okay. So you can see there the slashing double strike that has a 75% and an 85% modifier on it. And there's a plunge attack. Whoops, we missed each other. Okay. This guy is gonna ruin it all here. Oh, okay. They're in the interest of killing quickly here, it seems, without actually doing anything. And there's the charge attack, which is a 250% with a modifier on it for the explosion at the end. And whoops, I thought you killed that person. So the 250% though is when the blade comes down and strikes the enemy, and then you get about a 47-ish% modifier for the explosive bolt that happens at the end, and that 47% does not take the modifiers, but the 250% is where you take the modifiers. So something like Flashing Fang and so on and so forth, that is where you would take that. Now let's see here, what's he going to do? Okay, he's going to just shoot everybody down. So he's abusing the supernatural blood glitch. Oops. And let's see if we can get a shot off here. Oh, nope. He's not going to revive me, I'm sure. Yep. He was in the backstab animation, and the big guy just wouldn't let me get the charge off to get that huge increase from Flashing Fang. But that's okay, and we can try again here and see just what we would do. Now, having a Revenant here join us, so let's go ahead and switch to the Twilight Claw. Having a Revenant join us here is detrimental to us, simply because of the fact that when they're stealing backstabs and such, the only thing we have left going for us is is just some kind of ability to do basic attacks and such. and without some kind of other ability, there's no way for to get iCore back and so on and so forth. So it really does hamper kind of your ability to get iCore back unless you have some kind of crazy ability or some kind of crazy different setup and everything. Oh, we can't get our haze. Okay, so let's see what he's gonna do. And let's go for the gunner here, just to buy us some time. Okay, now we can oops. Okay, I was gonna say we can absolutely go for anything we want to knock these folks down, but we want to try and get our iCore back here, or our haze. All right, so they're going to leave. Okay, and let's see if we can get a knockdown. We knock that guy down behind us. Okay, let's see if we. Oh, and the kick to the ground there. So you can see that solo runs, you have to definitely play very, very different and very, very careful, just because of the fact that you take one wrong misstep and it can be over extremely quickly, for just you know, kind of doing something goofy like that, and that's really where the problem comes for running a solo kind of a run, is that oh, so the yep, so there's the glitch of calling someone. They respond immediately as you die and go into the void. It wipes the map. I've had this glitch several times, and so now there are no more enemies on the map, which is kind of weird, but this is known to happen. And if you're having problems in the cathedral, this is a great way to simply run to the end, because all the enemies are wiped and there's nothing to stand in your path. So I'm kind of glad that we finally got this once at least, and it's a lot of fun to simply. And now no one can join my game because the game thinks that somebody joined and so on and so forth. And so now if I cancel my distress signal, I can open doors and stuff, and I can go on about my way. And you see there's no guy up there, there's no guy here, and the map is clear, completely wiped. Everything is gone, and so now I can simply just run to the end. So this is the kind of glitch cheat way to run through a map, and I don't understand quite exactly the interaction, but it's very interesting to say the least. That if a revenant happens to join you at immediately the right time when you die, and you go down and you fade to black, and then it says they join you during the fade to black, then you will have this happen. Again, I don't know why, I don't understand, but that's the way it is. Okay, so now as we get into the Oliver fight here, we can go for either Pierce or Fire. So we'll go for Pierce versus him, and since the Impulse Anchor is the only piercing hammer, it's good to go for this. And we could switch if we wanted to a Piercing Veil of sorts, but Slash is just fine for him. So let's go ahead and get into the fight. And if we die here, then we will have to go back, and there will be enemies next time, because now this trigger here will set the map back to regular, and when we die, obviously that will set the trigger back as well. Oops. Okay, let's go for lightning. Okay, there we go. So 1441 is not too bad, but we definitely want to get a little bit better damage here, but that's okay. Oh, and we need to go for fire on our gift here, so not blood. There we go. So let's go for a charge drain. Let's see what that does. Ouch. Okay. Let's go ahead and heal, because ouch. Okay. And let's get mobility here. Ouch. And that is the problem here with our attack animation, is that we have to wait for him to attack, and then we can be okay there. And is he going to do the overhead? Nope. Let's go for a lightning buff. Good. I was out of animation there, so that's very nice. Okay. And we can go for a couple attacks in a row here. Good. And now we will go for a big attack here. And that'll cost us a lot. Oops, we missed with Swallow Cutter there. And let's go ahead and heal again. And let's go for some buffs here, some 5% here. Okay, good. Okay, now again we're going for a pierce damage here. And let's go for swallow, or flashing fang again. There we go. And we'll go for the big 60% attack here. There we go. And that costs us again. And let's go ahead and heal again. Now we can switch to the Titan's Labrys. And we'll combo that for not a whole lot of damage. Okay, we'll go for the dodging abilities here. Oops, I want to go for a mobility enhancer, but that's going to cost me an attack there. And let's go ahead and heal. Good. Okay, and let's go for an overhead. There we go. And maybe a charge. Good. And the screen is shaky cam. There, we'll go for charge, since we can. There we go. And we'll go for another charge. That's going to cost us. That was a bad timing there for sure. Let's go ahead and heal twice off of that, since we have the time. Okay. And again, it's all about just that timing of when you go for these attacks. And if you can just kind of stay out of his ability there to hit you, then you won't have really any issues. And it would be great if we could go for a charge attack. Right, here's our time. There we go. Okay. And let's go for charge. And a charge accelerator. Charge booster, whatever. Okay. And there's our time. There we go. And another charge. Oh. And unfortunately that cost us. So going for too many attacks in a row without respecting the the timings on when his attacks come down. Okay, and again, because we died now, the rest of the area here will be back up and at it. So we can go ahead and switch to our lightning. Hello? Oh, okay, my keyboard is now working again. So now everybody's back, and we have to kind of, play the regular game here, which is unfortunate, but okay. So going for Hades here, it definitely has some good power built into it and such. It's just very dangerous overall when you play any kind of solo run, especially here in the hardest sets. And simply just because we grab his privates there, that's very nice. Simply because of the amount of ability that you have to kind of have at your fingertips at every second, because one wrong move, I mean, you saw there Oliver one-shot us, and so that prompted a run back, and we don't need to kill slimes. And you run into the problem of how many run backs do you want to do, and so on and so forth. And when you run slow weapons like this, you definitely need to pay the enemy as much respect as possible, just because of how of how they are built up and such. Okay, so let's go ahead and run him back here. Okay. Now let's pick up our haze. Good. Oh, good grief. Okay, at least we hit him there. Okay. And it's always best to charge him to make him attack first. Unless he does that. Unless he does that. Good. And we can go for an attack. And you see with hammers, it's literally just like his attack style here, where you do 1 or 2 attacks, and if you can get a third, maybe that's good. But typically, that's not how it goes. Let's go for a big attack there. There we go. And let's go for a charge if we can. There we go. And that cost us. That's the problem with the charge attacks when you don't have enough time to get the charge off. Is you literally run into the problem of not having enough time to actually run the charge. So unfortunate, but that's how it goes. Okay, come on, big boy. Now we could parry some of those attacks there if we need to. Oops. Ouch. And it looks like we need to. Yeah, I'm not very good at running this. Okay. But we'll definitely have to give him some room here. We'll go for some more lightning. Oh, good grief. So that's why parrying these guys at these levels is pretty ridiculous. Because you make one wrong move and that's it. It's over. And then you run into a death loop of several runbacks and such. But it is a lot of fun to try and see just how tough it is and how good it is, whatever you've built and whatever you've set up. And as you see here, I mean, if we go for the attacks at when we need to, we can get really good damage on charge drains and so on and so forth, but it's just do you have enough time in between each of his attacks to actually do anything that's of value? And most of the time the answer is no, just because of the timing of how everything... Oh, and this guy has infinite sweeping range on his attacks. Almost, and it's not good that we're already starting out an entire heal down, so that's really bad. But we'll get at least 2 backstabs there, so we can have a little bit more ichor during the fight with Oliver. And if we go for simple charge attacks on him, it'll be better than our actual weapon attack. It's just can you get them to happen when you need them to? Okay, so we'll go for quick mobility this time, and we'll go for charge, and we'll go ahead and heal before we get into the fight. Alright, and we'll go for a couple of charge attacks here, if my charge button works. There we go. So 5,000 is not too bad, but it's not too great, and this is too far away. There we go. There we go. And is he gonna... Nope, no attack. Good. And you can see that it definitely is a strategy. And now that we have Valiant Heart, we can dodge a little more effectively. And let's go for a charge booster. And yep, that's gonna cost us, because he wouldn't attack because we were at not too far a distance. So if you engage him, there we go. And another one. There we go. And another one. Good. Okay, so below half health. That's not too bad. And we're gonna get hit. Nope, nope. Okay. And let's see what he's gonna do here. Oh my. We were definitely not out of the way there. Let's go ahead and heal up while he's doing his 3-hit combo there. And get gift extension going good. And there's the delay. Good. Okay, so 4,200. So he's taking about another 10% slash resistance now. That's not good. Oh, come on. And let's heal while we're here. And let's back up. Okay. And where's number 2? No number 2. Okay. Okay. Now we get a free one here. Good. And we can get a couple of hits there. And let's go for some weapon damage now. Good. Okay. And there we go. And let's go for a charge. Good. Alright, so we're definitely kind of on the ropes here. And charge drains and the Tyrant's Labrys is not the ideal way to go about doing Oliver. And let's go ahead and switch weapons here. There we go. And is he going to do the third? Yep. And a charge. There we go. Okay, so finally. But see, if you're just running with some kind of regular build, getting to 96,000 or 92,000 HP damage on him can actually take quite a bit, which is why it's so ridiculous when you start pairing up with partners and such that you can completely ruin bosses in one-shots and so on and so forth. But if you're actually going for playing the game and trying to do each boss in like a non-ideal kind of way, it can be very, very long and very, very frustrating because of just how each boss operates, and you kind of have to focus 100% of your effort onto how he's interacting and so on and so forth. So, anyways, we'll be kind of running some more hammers in the next area, and we'll be kind of talking about different hammers along the way, and kind of what builds may or may not be good with hammers, and what gifts can kind of help hammers be better or worse, or which ones inhibit or help at different times. And again, we'll try and see if we can have some other Revenants come in. But you can see there that when other Revenants were coming in, they were taking the backstabs and things because they were playing as if, you know, they were the one that was trying to solo everything, and that's fine. But then it leaves the second Revenant out to dry, and so it's really dangerous when you join a co-op session and you run everything in such a way to simply play yourself for your own damage and then your own build for your own purposes. As you saw, my build was not set up for co-op either, and that's the problem, is that both of us weren't running anything that benefited the other one. So he was running Supernatural Blood and a whole bunch of different buffs there, and Radiant Barrel and everything that was literally just for him to run solo. But then when he joined in my game, it kind of wasn't helpful at all, because he was having to go for a lot of backstabs and Field of Thirst and a lot of things that benefited only him. And my build benefits only me as well, and so these are not very good builds to run when you play with someone. So this is kind of a solo hammer, if you would play by yourself, kind of hybrid with drains and so on and so forth. But if you were going to play hammers as a co-op, it would be something completely different than this kind of a setup here. So anyways, we'll be investigating all of that and a little bit more as we make our way through 39 stars here, and we'll be kind of looking to see how to play hammers effectively. Now they are a much slower pace of life than something like a halberd or a bayonet or a one-handed weapon. The halberds I feel like are the fastest paced weapons in the game because of the gifts that you can pair with them, and especially because of the 3-strike attack coming out of Chariot Rush paired with Savage Dive. You can get some extremely quick, fast gameplay out of those, but with hammers, things are fairly slow. You can try and play some quick builds here with Swallow Cutter and some Tormenting Blast and stuff, but they are fairly slow, which is why the fight with Oliver goes kind of slow. So for a slow enemy like that, you want to use a quick weapon, and for to be able to offset their quickness or their slowness with your quickness. But we were matching his slowness, and it wasn't too good. And so when you get to a quick enemy and you're doing your slow attacks, it's even worse. So hammers have some hard time here in the higher difficulties, trying to keep up with the pace of the game. But in level 1, as you've seen in some of even my videos and other videos out there, that level 1s and even on 0-star with hammers, you can make them really, really good. So anyways, that'll be me for now, and we'll see you in the parking deck next.